Good morning, dear children. Today we shall start with the poem Rain on the Roof, written by Coates Kine. Now, children, the agenda of today's class, we are going to know about the author, the theme of the poem, explanation, vocabulary, figure of speech, and rhyme scheme. Now, as we start, let me tell you something about the author. Coates Kine was born in 1826 near Penn Yan, New York. He was partly educated at Antioch College, Yellow Springs, Ohio, and studied law with Thomas Cowen. He was admitted to the bar in Cincinnati in 1856. He became a journalist and worked on papers in Cincinnati, Ohio, Xenia, and Springfield, Illinois. He was a senator. He wrote poetry, and his verses were collected in Cuca and other poems like Cincinnati, written in the year 1855, and Lyrics of the Ideal and the Real, written in the year 1888. Of his verses, The Rain on the Roof, which was set to music, was the most popular. He died in Ohio in 1904. Now, children, as we know that every poem has a theme. So the theme of this poem is rain as a healing power. The narrator or speaker is a child, the poet himself. Now, coming down to the explanation part of stanza 1. Stanza 1. When the humid shadows hover over all the starry spheres, and the melancholy darkness gently weeps in rainy tears, what a bliss to press the pillow of a cottage chamber bed and lie listening to the patter of the soft rain overhead. Now, children, you can see that all the last words have been highlighted. And the highlighted words are actually the rhyme scheme of the poem. As you can see, A, B, C, B, D, E, A, E. Now, the vocabulary. Humid here means something which is full of moisture. Shadows refers to the moisture-laden clouds which cast a shadow on the earth. Hover means move around something. Melancholy means sad. Bliss is happiness. Patter is the sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Cottage chamber means the bedroom. Now, in this stanza, children, the poet is saying that when the humid shadows hover, here humid shadows refers to the dark clouds which are full of water. The poet is saying that when the sky is full of these clouds, which are moisture laden, are full of water, and are about to bring rain, when such clouds hover around in the sky over all the starry spheres, at that time huge clouds which are full of moisture move around in the sky, and the sad darkness of the night is wiped off by the raindrops which seem like tears falling from the sky. The poet is comparing raindrops to tears, and he says that the dark sky, which seems to be very sad, it appears as if it is crying, and the raindrops are the tears shed by it. He adds that it is like a blessing to lie on the bed in the room and listen to the sound made by raindrops falling on the roof. Now, children, figure of speech or literary device. In stanza 1, you will find alliteration. Alliteration, that is the repetition of a consonant sound in two or more consecutive words. Some examples are humid hover, starry spheres, press pillow, lie listening. Onomatopoeia has also been used in stanza 1. And what is onomatopoeia? The use of sound words to create a dramatic effect and auditory imagery. Patter is the use of sound word. Personification has also been used in stanza 1, treating a non-living thing as a living being. Children, darkness has been personified when he says that it is sad. Darkness is a non-living thing, a non-living object which has been compared to a living thing. Now, you will also find a transferred epithet, that is the use of an adjective with a noun when it refers to another noun. In melancholy darkness, the darkness is not melancholy, but it refers to the sad people. Now, children, moving on to second paragraph. Every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart, and 1,000 dreamy fancies into busy being start, and 1,000 recollections weave their air threads into woof, as I listen to the patter of the rain upon the roof. Now, children, vocabulary. Tinkle means short, light ringing sound. Shingles, rectangular wooden tiles used on roofs. Echo is repeated sound. Woof, it is the thread woven across the loom. Patter, sound of raindrops falling on the roof. Busy being here refers to human beings, and here the poet is referring in fact to himself. Now, children, in this stanza 2, the poet is expressing his feelings when he hears the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his house. He says that every tinkle on the shingles has an echo in the heart. Whenever he hears rain falling on the rooftop, the sound repeats in his heart, and in his dreams he has many different fanciful imaginations. He adds that this sound of the rain falling on the rooftop creates many new different dreams in the mind. He recollects many memories of the past which come back into his mind as dreams. So he says that as he listens to the patter of the rain upon the roof, he has many new dreams in his mind, and the memories of the past come back in the form of dreams. Now, moving on to the figure of speech used in stanza 2. Alliteration, busy being, their thread, rain roof. Onomatopoeia, children, 2 words are there, that is tinkle and patter. Personification, recollection is personified when he says that they weave dreams. Transferred epithet, the use of an adjective with a noun, as stated earlier, when it refers to another noun. Now, dreamy fancies. It does not mean that the fancies are dreamy, but refers to the people who have dreams. Coming down to stanza 3, children. Now in memory comes my mother, as she used in years agone, to regard the darling dreamers, ere she left them till the dawn. Oh, I feel her fond look on me, as I list to this refrain, which is played upon the shingles by the patter of the rain. Children, vocabulary. Ere is old poetic word for before. Dawn means daybreak. List is again old poetic word for listen. Refrain, a repeated part of a song or a poem. Here the sound of the rain is referred. Now, children, in this stanza, the poet introduces his mother. He says that he is dreaming of his mother. As he had told in the previous stanza that rain brings memories of the past, it is the memory of his mother who is no longer alive. In the past, she used to love him a lot. She used to consider him a darling, and she would let him sleep till daybreak and have sweet dreams. The poet can still feel that his mother is looking at him as he listens to the song made by the raindrops falling on the rooftop of his room. The sound of the rain makes him correlate his past with his present. That is why the poet is moved by the sound of the raindrops on the shingles of his room. Whenever he hears this, sound, it brings back memories of the past and he is reminded of his mother. Now children, figure of speech. Alliteration, that is memory, my mother, and darling dreamers. Onomatopoeia has also been used. Again the word patter. And lastly children, I want you to focus on the rhyme scheme of the poem, that is A, B, C, B, D, E, A, E. Children, go through this video very properly. You will understand the poem and accordingly I will upload the NCERT and extra questions of this poem. Till then children, read the poem, watch the video attentively. Thank you and have a nice day.